I'm Melanie Parry, and welcome to How to Turn Your Scrolling into an Income. I am the leader for the Success Squad with PM International, and I'm really excited to share with you the three simple steps that you can do to earn from your phone. You're looking for a way to earn flexibly, the freedom to work from anywhere, a life that looks nothing like the 9 to 5, an extra income maybe, not having to ask for time off to spend time doing what you want to do, no one else deciding what you are worth paying, appreciated for your efforts, and a positive and supportive community. So, whatever you're looking for from this, whether it is that you are just looking for something flexible that can bring you some extra income, then this can offer this to you. And obviously, you can also build this as well. So, with time, you can have this opportunity to be able to earn, without having that 9 to 5, without having, that set times that you're having to work. And the beauty of what we do is that, you go to a job and you get paid for the hours that you work. And, there's only so many hours in a day. So there's only so much that you can earn. But with this opportunity, you actually, because you share it with others who are looking to earn as well, all of a sudden, your hours that you are putting in are no longer just what you are getting paid for. So everybody is earning from what they are doing, but because you're referring people, then you are also getting rewarded for that. And that can build to a huge income. It's limitless. So rather than there where maybe, as I say, you have a job where you have set hours each day, or you have appointments that you can do, if you are working in like an industry where, maybe holistic or aesthetics or beauty, you are only one person. And unless you look to employ people, which brings a whole heap of complexities from a legal perspective and is expensive to do with NI contributions, pension contributions, now having to pay holiday pay. If you want to expand your income, as in more than just your hours, this is the most amazing way to do that. Everybody is winning. And from those referrals, you're rewarded and it is limitless. So you are no longer just dependent on the hours that you have each day. So the chances are that you're already doing some of these things that you need to do to earn from, your phone. So liking and commenting on other people's posts, viewing stories, maybe replying to them if somebody's put a story up of where they've maybe, been for dinner. So I put a story up the other day and it was, I was out with friends and people were replying to that. They were putting love hearts on it. And I put something the other day about a petition and people replying saying, oh my goodness, yeah, this needs to change. So that is what we do. It's literally just replying to people's stories and posting about things that you enjoy doing, places you've visited, things that you've used, that you rated. So, when you see, like if you follow me or you follow somebody in the team who's invited you to this call, then you will see in their stories and on their timeline, they're literally just sharing, have they watched something that they found interesting? Have they been somewhere and they've enjoyed it? It's somebody's birthday, all these different things, or something maybe like you've seen a quote that you find inspiring. So literally posting those things. So you're probably already doing those things, but now you're just doing it with a focus and you're going to be sharing things that you can actually earn from. And you're chatting to people in Messenger. So like I say, you may be wishing people happy birthday. You're maybe, as I say, replying to a story and saying, oh, that looks nice. Where did you go? Oh, that baby, it's a picture of somebody maybe with a baby. And you're saying, my goodness, they look so cute. So all those kind of things. It's just chatting to people. And obviously as well, using supplements to support your nutrition. So the majority of people now are using some kind of supplement, whether that be like a collagen, whether they're looking for something that maybe helps them to sleep, or they're looking for something for extra energy, or they've been told they need to take vitamin D, or there's the vitamin K that people like. All of those different things, they're supplements that you're using to support your nutrition. And all you're doing with what we do is basically sharing those specific products that we have, and you can earn from that. So it's just amazing because you're literally doing all these things already. The power as well is that 70% of purchasers look to Instagram and TikTok for what to buy. So you're knocking on an open door here. People are already using these platforms to look for things. The likelihood is if they are using a collagen supplement, they have seen it on a social media platform. They have seen it being advertised or being promoted. And that's where they've then gone, that's where I'm going to purchase from. So it's literally, people are doing this. This is where they're looking for it. So you are just putting it out there in a place where people want to buy and they want to see what's out there. And that's where they're looking for that information. They are also likely seeing big brands using videos that content creators have been paid to make. So they're basically fake reviews. So if you've seen, a lot of the time, like you see celebrities advertising supplements, or you see, you know, um, just an ordinary person. So you're scrolling through and you see an ordinary person, and the brand has put it out there, and this person is saying, they're holding the product and they're maybe saying, oh, I've been using this, and this is the result that this is what it does, and it's how it's made me feel. A lot of times, that's what's called UGC, which is user generated content. And brands have switched on to the fact that this is what people want to see, and this is what encourages people to try their products. So what they do is they pay people. And I know because I've been paid myself to do product reviews. Now, I'm genuine, so I would only do something. So I've had like pillows, obviously I've not done it for supplements, but I've done it for like pillows. I've done it for bedding, and these people get in touch with you, they'll provide the product, and then you literally do a video sharing a review. Now, that review, and I'm not talking about myself here because I would only do it if I felt it was a great product and I'd used it and loved it. But that's not what's happening. So many people, it's big business. There are so many people out there at the moment who are getting paid to do reviews for products that they've never used. So they're literally like, it's a fake review. And that's not what we are. And you know what? That is our power. That is where we set ourselves apart. And that's why I'm so proud of the work that I do and the fact that I work with a company who it's only when you've used the products, it's only when you've that you say, this is my experience. You can share other people's results by all means, but you're not going to personally show up and say, I've used this and this is the review from a script. You are literally going to be sharing your own personal experience. And if you don't have your own personal experience, and until you've got that, we have results of real customers, real people. So they're all real reviews that you can share. But the reason these big brands do this is because when people see somebody like them sharing something, they will say, for me personally, like, oh, if I share something from a perimenopause perspective, or somebody shares something who's like me from a perimenopause perspective or a collagen perspective, people will look and go, that person is like me. It's not an actor, although they kind of are really, but it's not an actor. It's literally somebody who I can relate to. They look like me, they sound like me, or they're going through the same thing as me, they may be the same age as me, they're the same demographic, or all those different things. They can relate to you. And when people relate to you and they see somebody and they go, that person is like me, and they think this is good, then that is when people pay attention. That relatability is when people go, do you know what? She's just like me, or he's just like me. And so they've got the same problems. This has helped them. They are so much more open. And so that's why big brands are doing it, because the way our style, of how we share things is so powerful. It actually just is quite amusing, really, that a lot of times people may see our kind of business and they will have skepticism, you know. But actually, we're all real reviews, we're all real customer results, we're all real people who have used the products or are going to use the products or know people that have used the products. Whereas these are literally just people paid to say it. So it's so like, the fact that these big brands, they want to emulate what we do. It's like, it just goes to show the power. I worked in corporate marketing for 13 years, and I can tell you that word of mouth marketing is the most powerful form of marketing. And that's why 13 years ago, when I started to do this kind of work, I knew, I knew that this was going to work because it's the most powerful type of marketing. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, how old you are, what experience you have, what you're going through, what you haven't been through, anything. There are millions of people out there that are just like you and they will relate to you. And you know what? They're actually looking for you. So they're seeing like fake reviews. They're seeing these products and these companies, these big brands, and actually they're looking for somebody genuine. They're looking for the genuine people that are sharing things. They're looking for the person who hasn't been paid to say something that isn't true or that they haven't experienced. They're looking for the people who they can relate to who have actually experienced it. People think that these things matter, but they really don't. How many followers you have. Social media is not about followers now. So you can put a video on and have 5 followers and you can get 1,000 views on it. So it does not matter how many followers you have. It doesn't matter how many people you know. That does not matter because you don't have to have experience on social media. The way social media works now is that it doesn't just show things to your friends, it doesn't just show things to your followers, show things to everybody. So on Facebook, if you put those posts about like what we're doing as public, it will show them to lots of other people. And the same on Instagram. You can literally have an account on Instagram. You can set one up just for this and literally just, you don't need to know those people. You don't have to be selling or sharing this to your friends and family because there are millions of other people out there and they're on social media and social media platforms show it to them. They show it to other people. And you don't need the experience because literally I take you through everything step by step. There is a video on how to do absolutely everything. So they're only short little videos, but if you're thinking to yourself, how do I add something to my story? There's a video for it. What do I post? There's literally a year's worth of content there for you. You don't need to know these things. Everything it's all very simple, to be fair. Social media is actually very simple and we really try to overcomplicate it. And that's where, a lot of people do that with this kind of business. You just need to keep it really simple. And that's the key. You might worry that your life isn't exciting enough, but you know what? My life isn't that exciting. I went out, as I say, and I shared that, but I hadn't been out for ages. Like, I'd not had that kind of content to share, but I did have content that said, if I'm walking the dog, if I'm, just, even if you're just washing up, honestly, the amount of posts that are just about washing up, you know, honestly, you do not have to have an exciting life. You just have to have your life because there are so many people out there who have a life like you. And the reality is, if your life is too exciting, then when it comes to, other people, thinking, can I do this? Can I earn from this? If they look at you and your life's this super exciting, like roller coaster of like holidays and, you know what I'm talking about, then they will think that's not the set, that I can't do that. So the more real you are, the more like, I'd say mundane. I don't mean that in a bad way, but life can be quite mundane. But that is what people relate to because that's what the majority of people's lives, that's our day to day. Looking after the children, doing the school runs, doing the dinner, that's everyday life. That you are already busy. I can share with you honestly that the amount of hours that you may be doing on other things, that busyness that you feel, there's a very high likelihood that you do have a few minutes each day. It takes a few minutes to add to your stories. It takes a few minutes to just interact with people. And as I say, you're probably doing a lot of that already. So all it is just taking that time that you're already scrolling on social media, that time that you're already looking at other people's stories, that time that you're already like putting a love heart and a like and a comment on something that you've seen. It's just literally, it's more purposeful. And you're just interweaving into it, sharing the products and the opportunity. And you may think that you're lacking confidence as well. You're not confident enough for this. But you know what? You can do this faceless. You don't have to show up as you don't have to do the videos like what maybe you see me do. You don't have to do that. And we all lack confidence in something that we don't know how to do at first. As long as there's a willingness to learn, you will build that confidence. And my passion is mentoring people and encouraging them with their self-belief, letting them see their light, seeing them see their skills, what they're good at, and just unleashing that. So if you feel like you're lacking in confidence, then we can work with that. You don't have to do big things. It's just little tiny things. And you don't have to show up on videos talking or, I do silly dances, but you don't have to do that. If you have a product video, which are shared with you, all of this is shared with you, of a product being stirred and you add that to your story, that works. Sometimes better, in fact, than me doing my dances. All that matters, as I say, is that you are willing to learn and just be consistent. So, not thinking to yourself, right, I need to spend hours on this, I'm going to spend hours each day. Just thinking to yourself, right, okay, start with one thing. What can I add to my stories? And then once you've done that, then you can move on. So once you've built a habit, so you're like, right, I'm adding to my stories now, I'm putting a little picture up, and you've built that and it's become a habit. And you can do that like literally whilst you're sat there, whatever you're doing, whenever you're sat down and have that minute. And I'm not saying that you don't sit down and have a minute to yourself, but you know that you're scrolling. So you can literally just add to your stories. And so you just build it up. And then when you've got into the habit of building to your stories, then, okay, let's start interacting with the stories and just do it a little bit at a time. So what are you going to be sharing? So the opportunity for others to earn, like you are, and the nutrition products that are going to vastly improve their wellness and well-being. So the reality is you are sharing things that are going to help people. So if you're sat there thinking, oh, dare I share that? If you have any desire whatsoever to help somebody, and I want you to think of it in a flip way. So think about the person who is struggling to sleep and they are struggling then throughout the day. You are then sharing something that can help them sleep. So then they absolutely love you. They absolutely love you because you've helped them. Think about the person who at this moment in time is going through a cost of living crisis. They don't know how they're going to afford the petrol because the petrol price is going up. They can't drive any less. They can't eat any less. They can't reduce their bills. And you are offering them. They see you. They see a way to earn. Think about what it can mean to them. When you focus not on yourself, when you don't focus on what does this mean to me, what am I gaining from this, but you focus on what this can mean to others and how you can be the vehicle, that person that shares that, it transforms everything. Because once it's not about yourself, we typically put ourselves last. Once it's about that, And I can tell you now that first person that messages you saying, I've got so much energy from these berry shots, and I am literally like, I'm not hungry all the time. This is life changing for me. I was constantly hungry. It feels so good. It really does. So, a brief bit about the company. PM International is a German company. We are the fastest growing direct sales company in the world, and we have grown every year since we were founded 33 years ago. We are been the fastest growing company in the world for the last 6 years now, actually, I believe. So, since I've wrote this presentation, it is actually 6 years. So, we have done it again. We have smashed the record. No other company has ever done that. We are AAA rated for financial stability by Dun and Bradstreet. So when you put this work in, when you're sharing these products and somebody orders, you're going to get those commissions. You're going to get paid because we have that financial stability. The compensation plan has been proven fair legally. So as well that, as I say, when you're sharing these products and somebody orders, or when somebody registers to earn with you, that that compensation plan is going to be fair. We have scientifically backed products of the highest quality, and they are independently tested. So you literally have the best quality products that you could ever wish for. They're German, they're high quality. And we have over 1,000 elite sports people who trust our products. So if an elite sports person trusts our products, then obviously, they are worth trusting, and we can trust them, and our customers can trust them, and our team can trust them. It is free to register. So there is no cost to registering with this business. So you do not have to put any money into this. You do not have to give a financial contribution. You may order, and I would recommend, obviously, that you try the products if you haven't already. But the reality is, you're not giving money for something that is like a monthly subscription where you get nothing for it, or a website. None of that costs any money. So literally, you do not lose any money. You do not lose. And the products come with a 30-day money back guarantee as well. So say, for example, if you decide that you want to order one of them, but you don't like the taste of it, you're not happy with it at all, then you can send that product back and get a refund. So literally within minutes of registering, with no payment info required, you receive your personal links for people to register with you and your website for customer orders. So you can start to earn immediately. And as I say, you may well have tried the products already. So so you can register for free and you can literally start sharing your website. Or you may not have tried the products already, but you've seen all of the customer reviews, you've seen my results, you can speak with confidence because these are scientifically backed products, and you've literally, you've seen all of these customer results, you've seen the feedback, so you've got that confidence and that trust. You immediately have access to a year's worth of content that you can start to post straight away. So literally, there is pictures, videos, text that you can use, as in, right, this is what you can put on a post, this is what you can put in your story. Everything is there for you. There is one-to-one mentoring from myself. There is a supportive community. PM, they do corporate calls as well. So there are business presentations, step-by-step guides, as I say, little videos, short little video nuggets that you can just watch to see how to do things, and online trainings as well. So as I say, there's business academies, and also obviously like coming on calls like this. Everything is there for you, and that is all free. So you do not have to pay anything to get that. No monthly subscriptions, no monthly website fees, free to register. You can just start earning. So as I mentioned, 3 steps. So posting, as I mentioned, to your feed and your stories, liking and commenting on posts, and connecting with people via Messenger. So there is nothing to lose and everything to gain. So let's get you registered for free to start building that unlimited income that can come, and it can provide you with financial and time freedom. So if you're just looking for a few extra £100 for that extra income, even if it's just a little bit extra that can go straight on a PM Plus card. So you can, when a customer orders, it can be instantly paid onto a card that you literally just use. So you can go to the shops, you can put your petrol in, all that. And that's instant. The minute that person orders, when you set that up, or you can have it paid into your bank account and a monthly commission way. It's completely up to you. But then that can build. And so that can build. So then that can give you, it can give you options, it can give you choices. You can think to yourself, people may want to maybe reduce hours. They may be like feeling like they're working like all hours, and they may just want to reduce some hours, or they may want to go part-time, or they may want that complete financial and time freedom. And all of those things are possible. So if you would like to get registered, then please just get in touch with myself or the person who's recommended you watch this, and let's get you registered for free and added to the team page, into the WhatsApp group. And then it's just a case of literally just watching a few little videos that only take a few minutes, and then you can see. And all of the posts are there. Everything is there that you could possibly need. So that's it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed that. And as I say, any questions, or if you want to, just get started, then let us know and we can get you registered for free immediately. Get that link and get you starting to earn.